Hey guys, welcome back to Tomatoes, Poppies, and Everything Gardening. I'm Heather, coming to you from zone 7 to 8-ish in Central Virginia. So for today's video, it is kind of a confessional video, and I'm even shocked at what I did. I am so not really embarrassed, but kind of have an edge of like feeling like I'm going to get in trouble. Um, but it was kind of fun to do it, but it happened so quick. And I don't know if I blacked out over the course of like 3 or 4 days, but somehow I went out front and I built a new flower bed. I don't know how it happened. I tried to explain it to my husband last night because he really doesn't understand how it came in my head or how I even went out there and did that. But look at these pictures. I took pictures along the way. You can see that it just started growing. It's like I came up with the idea months ago, probably in the fall, maybe even longer than that. It was in my head that I really need to make this bed bigger and bigger for all these ideas I had. And then once I decided to do it, there was no going back. I just got out my cardboard I had been saving, possibly for this project, who knows. And I still had bags of mulch that had sat there for months. And I'm like, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to connect. I had like a bridal bush. And then late last fall, my mock orange was getting so root bound. I dug a hole and just stuck him in the ground, probably about 6 feet away from that bridal bush. And then I'm like, I'm going to connect them all. We're just going to have one giant raised bed. We're like going to just not have any front yard. I mean, what's the point of having a front yard? You don't need a lawn. I'm driving my husband crazy, I tell you. So let's get outside. I want to show you what it looks like currently, and then I'll kind of go back and show you a few clips I took along the way. And also, we got to do some measurements because now we have room to plant more stuff. So here are the 3 areas I wanted to connect on my existing very, very big flower bed, the circle area that had the bridal bush, and then what was in the foreground of that first picture was the mock orange. And here I'm just showing you some pictures before I get started. I do desperately need to weed that front bed. Eventually I want to bring it all the way to where the point of that arrow was. And here are some more angles, just different viewpoints. We do have a lot of clay, so that's why that mock orange is so planted high. So I plant things high here. And this is the beginning when I was getting started. You can see I just do my basic method. Cardboard, wet it. Sometimes I put topsoil down. Then I put my mulch down. Keep it really moist and wet. It will take a while for that to break down. I did run this by my neighbors to let them know what I was thinking. And then the next day you can see that I'm putting some yarn out to measure the property line based on where our property pins are. I just strung some yarn, and then I put the edging about 2 inches in on my side, and eventually I'll remove that edging and just do a cut in into the grass because I like that look better. But you know, to get started, the basic flexible edging works really good. So you can see I've got tons of cardboard. I've been wetting it, been expanding. This is over the course of many, many days. It can take a while for this cardboard to break down, even if I'm wetting it often. So I'm not going to be able to direct sow seeds. What I'm going to do for the first, say, 6 to 9 months, if I want to plant in this area, I'm going to have to just dig a hole and put a transplant in. Unless I want to leave an area completely open and take out the grass and not have cardboard, that's what I need to do. But there are so many weeds here, so I really need to do the cardboard method to kill off all the weeds that are in our so-called lawn, which is mostly weeds. I'm standing at the very front of that front flower bed, and you can see that it's really expansive, the viewpoint. And I'm going to have so many more options for what I can plant. What I do need to do is focus on deer-resistant plants. The deer walk right through this area all the time. And so now we need to think about So I've got that mock orange, I've got the bridal bush, and right in this area we just looked at, I think I'm going to try to grow my roselle this summer. So I brought the dog leash out here. It's about 6 feet long. My husband always hides the measuring tapes for me because supposedly I lose them. But I'm using that as my measuring guide, and then I'm going to mark the perimeter of these plants about how wide they're going to get with some of my hardy hibiscus sticks that I need to prune off anyway. So you'll see me do that here in just a second. So I measured the bridal bush at about 7 feet wide. You can see Tonto, he's enjoying the nice warm day. And I measured the mock orange at about 6 feet wide. And that's going to leave about a 2-foot gap between the two once they're fully mature and fleshed out completely. You'll see I've got some new growth coming on the bridal bush. And in a second, you'll see the mock orange is starting to get its leaves too. So there are the hardy hibiscus sticks that I put in the ground. And I've got a nice perimeter circle around each plant. And that's going to be my guide to know what I can plant and where. It's going to take a few years, obviously, for these guys to fully mature. The bridal bush is probably about 3 or 4 years at this point, and it was just a little twig, bare root when I planted it. There's that little 2-foot walkway there. And I think it's going to look really nice. I'm not going to have as much planting space as I thought once these two shrubs are fully fleshed out. When I was pulling out that hardy hibiscus, the sticks, I see this and it's so ominous. That is a marigold seed pod, and they're all around these branches. I also pulled out a hardy hibiscus from the ground, so I'm going to stick that in a pot. The roots look perfectly healthy, and I should get a whole new plant from that. But the marigold situation scares me. That was from one seed I planted like 3 years ago. I'll never plant marigolds again unless I have like 50 acres. And here we go. So I'm just showing you kind of how I ended this particular afternoon. Remember, it took many days over the course of a week or two to get to this point. And I don't even know what I'm trying to show at this point. Probably that I need more cardboard and I need more mulch. So next morning, it's raining, and the cherry, the okami cherry there, you can see is starting to get its beautiful pink buds. And I decided, since it was raining and I ran out of cardboard, we're going to go to Sam's and we're going to look and see what's available right now. They usually get in a lot of garden stuff this time of year. And I want to ask you guys, what are some ideas? What do you think I should plant in this area? It's going to have a good amount of sun. And remember, I am going to put the roselle kind of right there to the left of that purple bench. And so let's see. So what I found basically was, here's a view from the road as I was leaving. You can kind of see all the work I've done. I've got a lot more to go though. So I found some dahlias. I think I'm going to put some more dahlias in this area, the new area. And then my daughter wants to do an elephant ear. I'm still thinking about that. I'm not decided. So let me know. What do you think? What should I plant? And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.